motorcycle groups, and Steve Cook, an undercover officer who was able to infiltrate the Banditos, one of the gangs involved in this massacre. Okay, good to have both of you with us. And George, let me start with you. You know, you've been a member of a motorcycle gang. We've got a guy, you know, they're trying to get one last guy in that they had released by mistake. But you're looking at the new pictures that we have. They're going through their cars, they're finding bulletproof vests, they're finding all sorts of weapons. It does seem pretty shocking to the average person how armed and dangerous these guys are.
Well, thanks for having me here, but, you know, we need to find out if those weapons are illegal. I don't know what the statutes are in Texas, if bulletproof vests are inappropriate to have. I don't know if they're legal or illegal, but, you know, I'm not sure what transpired. Everything seems to be hazy. We're getting different reports as to what happened, and I think we're going to have to wait, and it's going to be adjudicated in a court of law. And I think that jumping the gun is not appropriate.
The reality, George, is though, of course, that there was a shootout here. Multiple people were murdered. This isn't even the first scene of violence between these groups. You know, back in March when you saw these, the two gangs involved this weekend were involved again. The Coptics attacked a Bandito member with what we're told are chains, batons, and metal pipes. I mean, it's hard for people to see these groups as anything other than criminal gangs when you hear about things like this.
Well, you know, you can call them criminal gangs, but they're not criminal gangs. They're motorcycle clubs, but there are criminals in them. I can't, you know, defend that. The record speaks for itself. There are individuals that have criminal records, but the idea of the club is not about committing criminal acts.
Steve, you believe these groups are dangerous?
Absolutely.
And why? I mean, you know, I know George is saying there are some criminal elements, right? He's not denying it altogether, but I mean, again, the impression that's being given to the country is it's not just a few people.
Well, when you look at these organizations on the whole, you know, take them just, you know, separate it down piece by piece. Look at the process that people go through to join. Look at some of the things that are expected of them as members. And if you look charter to charter, and I don't care if you pick the Banditos or the Outlaws or the Hells Angels for that matter, you're going to find that the majority of the members in each charter have been involved in some kind of felonious criminal activity while they've been a member of that organization.
The majority.
I'm not sure I believe that the majority has been involved in criminal activity. I think that individuals have, and the record speaks for itself. If you were to take the actual records of the individuals, I think that you'd find that what you're saying, Steve, is not completely correct.
Steve, what's your response?
Well, you know, my response to that would be is, you know, again, if I could just pick a chapter to chapter, I mean, let's take San Diego, for instance, if we want to talk about the Angels. I can't tell you how many times that the clubhouse has been entered, how many times multiple members of the charter have been, you know, indicted federally on, you know, criminal investigations. And you can go through state to state, location to location, and you're going to find, by and large, that although, yes, there are individual circumstances where members get arrested and prosecuted, there's also a great deal of situations where multiple members of the same organization, the same charters, are all being brought in on conspiratorial charges as a group. And it's not because of who they are as individuals, it's who they are as an organization.
All right, well, I appreciate both of you taking the time tonight. And obviously, you differ strongly in terms of this term of whether a majority of them are criminals or only a minority. Next, biker clubs. You know, they like to point